Here's the dyno charts for this Mule. These are the results that I'm seeing on it. Pretty decent gains. This red one here is the factory horsepower curve. You'll see it kind of comes up. Makes about 25 horse at about 15 mile an hour. Something kicks in, she gets a little torque in the mid-range. And they both peak for peak power 21.7 mile per hour, I believe it is. Max speed 21.73, 21.87. So they almost have the same exact mile per hour of peak for the horsepower, even though substantially less. Stock one made 27, this made 34. But here's where it really starts to shine. Take a look at the speeds here. 27 mile an hour, this thing, stock form, it just starts petering down. I'm still going 33 horse. And look at 30 mile per hour, stock, 23 horse. Tune only, 32.7. That's almost a 10 horse gain at 30 mile an hour. I mean, 35 mile an hour, that's kind of a rip-off there. 11 horse to 30 horse, 20 horse gain there. But this is where it starts petering off. With the stock tires on there, 39 mile an hour on the dyno. And if you run it and hold it out, it will go to 43.134 at a maximum RPM of exactly 7,000 RPM. 43.11. That's what the factory one is limited to, and it will not let you go a penny past that RPM. Look at that shit. But here's even the better part of it, with no clutch modifications, tune only. Coming out of the hole, that's what these lines are here. This red one is your factory engine RPM curve. So right there, we're at 4,058 RPM. I'm at 4,700. I gained 700 horsepower. Yeah, 700 horsepower. 700 RPM at 10 mile an hour. 15 mile an hour, 48 to 51. 20 mile an hour, 52 to 55. At peak, it's right around there, 21, 22 mile per hour, 5,400 RPM for stock, 5,676 for reflash. So with absolutely no clutch changes, you'll see there's a substantial gain. Nothing happens right here. Lose a little. And then up after this, it kind of goes up. And these things are probably from me holding the pedal. I just held it and held it and held it. But my power curve, Jesus. 10 horsepower to 28. Can't really compare it there because it's cutting it out and tapering it off. So, but I would say all in all, peak to peak, you got 27.79 horsepower, stock at 21.87, the engine RPM 7,000 at 43.11 dyno mile per hour, and I am hitting 8,522 RPM. I have it set at 8,500 and 52.54, and the speedo is showing me 54 mile per hour at that point, and the speedo is also showing me 44 mile per hour when it says 43 on the dyno. So speedo is off about one and a half mile per hour, so that's not bad at all. It's pretty accurate versus what is displayed. But let's take a look at the torque. I want to go to double graph. And and my maximum torque is 33 at 15 mile an hour, so I'm building a lot more torque at a lower speed. And the factory torque was 27 at 21 mile per hour. So pretty much factory one likes that 21 mile per hour. That's its sweet spot, right in that range from 18 to pretty much 30. Then it